The time has finally come. I had to let my thoughts sink in, and I think I am ready now to review Scream 6. Was this film a perfect film? No. It has its flaws, but nearly all films have their flaws. Okay, the subway is one stop away till my destination. Oh wait, I think I see Ghostface. Why is he coming closer? Oh shit. Phew! I nearly escaped the grasp of Ghostface. I almost didn't survive, but I managed to use the dark to my advantage. Anywho, enough with the shenanigans. Let's talk Scream 6. I'd love to start with the opening. Oh my fucking god, that opening. It is absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. Samara's character Laura was in fact the opening kill. Yes, but it does not stop at that. Nope, nope. Jason reveals himself, and that blew me away. I did not expect him to lift the mask and just escape the bloody scene without being noticed. They tie in Jason so well as he bumps into Tara. What he does not expect is the cat becomes the mouse rather quickly. Thinking he has the upper hand after killing his first victim, he feels he has the power. But not for long. Another ghost face wants Jason out of the picture. I hate Jason's character, but he was written to be hated, so it made it that much more enjoyable to see him become part of the opening scene kill, or should I say, kills. Brilliant! Chef's kiss. We saw something we never did before in a Scream film. It was beyond refreshing. I could keep going with that opening, but I will move on. So the characters in this one, they did so much better with these characters. Sam is straddling the fence, questioning her dark and her light. Billy makes an appearance a couple times. I wasn't as sold on him in this one, but I will never hate seeing him. It only adds to the will she or won't she element. Will Sam give in to the dark side? That's what I feel we see a lot of this in this one, and I love every second. They aced Sam in this. I will give them that. I loved her character in this. She is being scrutinized publicly, and she feels like she has to go through it alone. Tara will always be my girl. She's just trying to live a normal life. Sam wants her to face the trauma, but all Tara wants to do is just escape it. Chad is very protective of Tara, bonded by trauma, which can lead to a deep connection, which I feel is what happens between them. And let me tell you, they are absolutely adorable. I love their dynamic. But the only thing is, they blatantly hold Chad up to the Dewey role. He encounters death twice, and he overcomes. But for how long? It better not be a carbon copy. That's all I gotta say. I want Chad to be his own character. I love that he was a jock who wasn't actually just a jock. He's far more than that. He protects everyone around him, especially Mindy. But of course Mindy. That's his twin. Mindy, with her horror movie role antics, can get annoying at times, but I still love where they take her character. She should have been killed in the subway scene, though, in my opinion. I'm sorry, don't come for me. She has scraped by too many times. Either she needs to make a ballsy move in Scream 7, or she needs an epic death. I'm sorry, but that's just how I see it. Radio Silence is falling in love with too many of these characters, and yet they were so easy to kill off Dewey. That hurts. So now that we mentioned Dewey, let's talk about Gale. Oh, Gale. She wrote the book that she swore she wouldn't write. It doesn't surprise me at all, though. I'll never forget what kind of character she was in Scream 96. She was ruthless, she was cold, she was calculating, and it surprised me that she even took an interest in Dewey. It made me wonder if she always had ulterior motives with him, but then ended up falling for him in the process. So, in Scream 6, I lost some interest in Gale, to be honest. I wanted to like her. I really did. She had a boyfriend. It didn't take her long to move on, did it? I don't like that. Dewey deserved better than that. I get it. She said in the one scene, hey, I found somebody who was also lost who, I'm just going through life with. Yes, she said that. But I don't think she should have moved on as quick as she did. This was only a year later or something? I mean, damn, she bounces back quick. I mean, it's Gale, it doesn't surprise me. But anyway, the Gale scene, though, was fantastic. She finally got a phone call, and it was quite a phone call. She fights a good fight, and in my opinion, I think she should have gotten an epic death. Hey, if we don't have Dewey, we don't need Gale. I feel like they kept her around just so she could mention Sydney, knowing that Sydney was not going to be in this. That's just how I feel. It's almost as if Radio Silence is afraid to push the envelope further than killing Dewey. Like, they pushed it further, they pushed it far enough to kill Dewey, but then after that, it's like they got cold feet and they were afraid to go any further than that. They had to take bigger risks than what they took. They did in fact say they were taking risks. So what were they exactly? Making everyone superhuman? I guess that's a risk. When characters were stabbed, how are they still moving? How are they still alive? It baffles me. Some of it actually really irks me. How it doesn't make much sense. But I digress. So what were the highlights of this film? Well, let me tell you. The opening scene was by far one of the biggest highlights. That bodega scene, it brought the suspense. I loved seeing Ghostface with a shotgun. He handled it with style, and he was a badass motherfucker. I enjoyed it. The subway scene. That scene was intense, and I loved all the fake outs with the other ghost faces. I loved it. The Gale scene. As much as I wanted it to kind of go a different way, because I felt like it didn't even make sense when Gale told them, tell Sydney that Ghostface didn't get me. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. But hey, it is what it is. It happened. And then the shrine scene. Now, as much as I wanted them to do a lot more with this, they did do a good bit. And I love the fact that they kept leaving the masks behind when they were killing people. I loved hearing all of the ghost faces' names. Roman, Charlie, Mickey, Mrs. Loomis. I loved hearing all of their names. I loved that they were using all of the old masks. I loved that. I loved the Easter eggs. I just still would have loved to see flashbacks from the previous Screams. I thought that would have been badass. I would have loved that. The nostalgia would have been so real. We got something still amazing. And we didn't even talk about Kirby yet. Did we really actually need her? I'm going to have to say no, we didn't. It was just a tie-in to another Scream, in my opinion. They added her in to make up for Sydney. I still enjoyed her, though. Don't get me wrong. They kind of made her a little too sensual at times, though. Like, some of her mannerisms, some of her body language, it just gave off like Kirby was trying to fuck everybody in the room type of thing. I don't know. It was a little uncomfortable at times, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what that was about. They also used her as a red herring, making us think that she had a mental breakdown, losing sight of reality. They had me going for a second, not gonna lie. I liked seeing the scar from when she got stabbed by Charlie. And the fact that she was stabbed in the exact same spot closer to the end. It's a little too spot on, but it was oddly poetic. And then she kills Ethan with the stew TV. Oh my god, I loved that. I just realized I have a lot to say about this film. As I was writing it, I just kept thinking, there's so much more to say. I can't stop. Okay, now what to talk about? Because I'm just gonna keep going, I guess. The kills were more creative in this, especially the ladder scene. It was suspenseful. But Annika, oh Annika, still makes no sense to me. She was stabbed upwards, which means her guts should have been spilling the fuck out. How the hell did she even get on that ladder? She would have been holding her stomach the whole time. I just can't see it happening. But I will say, the fall to the ground, it was brutal. Loved that Ghostface was toying with her, shaking the ladder until she lost her grip. I don't know why. I'm just gonna throw this in there because as soon as I saw this, it just reminded me of it. But it reminded me of Deep Blue Sea. When Janice fell off the ladder and right into the shark's mouth, pretty much, they looked down at the bloody water, and Sam pretty much did the same. I couldn't help but compare. Only me, right? Only me. So now we can talk about the killers. I mean, come on. That's what we're here for, right? The motive, the third act, the killers. We gotta talk about it all. Detective Bailey. Oh, how I wanted it to be Bailey. I just wanted to see Dermot Mulroney show his act. Sadly, though, I felt like at times he was over the top. Perhaps he was channeling Mrs. Loomis at times? Maybe they want the parents in this to just be over the top. I don't know. Bailey turned out to be Richie's father. Sorry, I was trying to be Mickey. It didn't go very well. Wanting to finish Richie's movie that he was working on. So in comes the next killer. Ethan. Bum, bum, bum. The shy, dweeby, awkward kid that they didn't think we'd expect. I mean, I really did not want him to be a killer. Because let's face it, if he wasn't a killer, he would have been a goner quick. Probably would have been like the third victim. He wasn't great at fighting. They tried so hard to make him embody Stu for some reason, and he just wasn't hitting the mark. They even had him die by Stu's TV. Yeah, I didn't care for them trying to copy Stu, but I did love Tara stabbing him in the mouth. That was epic, and it was satisfying. Especially after that dumb line that he gives to Tara. I always wanted to stick something in you, Tara. Oh my god, I hate that. Cringe, cringe, cringe. Please stop, good sir. Ew. And then reveals Quinn, faking her death earlier in the film. I actually didn't see that coming. I enjoyed Quinn far more than Ethan. I mean, I did like her more before she was revealed as a killer, but it makes me wonder, was she killing the men that she was screwing? Was she a basic instinct kind of character? Was she our Sharon Stone? Oh my god, now I can't undo that thought in my head. She's like a praying mantis. She gets hers, then kills them after she is done with them. That makes me like her even more. And she took that brick like a champ. Sucks that she only got a headshot kill, but kinda had to kill her quick, otherwise she would have been harder to stop. Oh, and I didn't even mention Danny yet. Oh my god, this review will never end, I swear. Danny I am still suspicious of. He was way too easy. He was okay with being Sam's secret. He was okay with telling her not to trust him. He was just too understanding. He also mentions, yeah, family can be tough. The look he gives makes me think, are we going to learn something about his family? Ooh. I am intrigued to see where they take his character in Scream 7. Anyway, so third act. It did not necessarily floor me. Killers were revealed, and they revealed their motives. All the same, all to finish what Richie started because they're his family. Snooze. But what saves this closing is Sam. Sam is playing cat and mouse with Bailey. Only Bailey is a little over the top, but seeing Sam in Billy's Ghostface costume, that was the cherry on top for me. She just lets loose on Bailey. Oh my god, I loved it. The eye stab is just yowzas! I hate anything with eyes, but it was still satisfying. Richie's family is just so cringe. Ethan was the worst. Oh my god. Cringiest Ghostface. I think he's far worse than Charlie in my opinion. I put him at the bottom of my Ghostface list. Yes, below Mrs. Loomis, and yes, below Charlie. Anyway, this review is pretty long, so overall, I enjoyed this film. There are plot holes galore, and there are questionings of choices, but overall, I found this movie fun as hell. I can't wait to see what they do with Scream 7. Oh, and Chad fucking made it, baby. Score! I'm sorry, I know that it was like, how did this guy survive? But I am so glad that he did, because I didn't want him to go just yet. I did not. So, I'm taking that as a win, baby. Also, Sam looks down at that Billy mask, but she drops it on the ground. I still don't believe it's over for her. Cliffhanger. So much to unpack in this movie. I hope you enjoyed my review. I could go on, but I'll stop for now. This is Carey Craves Cinema. Stay geeky for movies, my friend.